Information, Mike. Wind at 320 degrees at 6, temperature 53, altimeter 3000.
People like you, organizations like RampCheck, I love you guys.
4, 5, 6, 17 down, ready now.
You are clear for takeoff runway 21 left. Winds are calm. Stand by for the retrans on uniform. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the RampCheck podcast.
Yeah.
I'm dumbass. I mean Tony.
Tony's doing about as well as his video is tonight, but
Yep,
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Ryan. How's it going,
Is
brothers?
my video really bad again?
Yep, your face is blurry. They'll just call you the Magic Man. You can't see me. Can't see me.
Hey,
sorry, I'm going to start the podcast off with a cuss word. I am so fucking tired of my internet.
Yeah.
Maybe what you should try, brother, is
moving.
Upgrading your internet. But try doing like a mobile hotspot with your phone.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Why not? I mean, anything will be better than what you're at now.
Well, however, if you look at my phone, I'm getting 1 bar. So,
you're just shit out of luck, dude. Hey,
so look I called around.
Look who checked in really quick. BH World actually figured out how to live chat with us.
Wow.
So now it's the end of the world, and I don't,
Welcome to regret.
My God. I think, look out the window. Are pigs flying? What the hell? That's funny.
But are we supposed to feel special now because he finally came on and said hi after we've known him for years?
Figured out how to use technology. Anyway, and we have Egg Carver checking in. It's 2 a.m. It's RampCheck time. Morning, homos.
Morning, homos. No, he's just going along with that comment from last week. We love it.
I know.
G'day, mate. Oh, wait, that's wrong continent.
Yeah, that's not correct. But morning, homo. Thanks for joining again. We love to come on here and be homos together.
Okay, for the record, all right, yes, thanks, BH World. I do understand that my internet is archaic. I didn't think I would have any issues tonight because I logged in, I heard the tone and the "you got mail" message, pretty solidly. So I figured
perhaps you need another CD sent so that you can upgrade.
I just need to keep a stack of quarters with me so I can keep, putting them in the little box. So for the record, I upgraded my network here, and I got the
man. I wish I had the Chris Farley clip that Ryan and I were talking about. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Just kidding. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, brother.
So I upgraded to a Nest Wi-Fi system, which helped a lot.
Yes.
And then I
Mesh. It's actually Mesh.
Oh,
Wi-Fi,
and then
yeah.
Well, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you
say.
Maybe your audio is shitty too.
Oh, I said Nest. I didn't I?
I'm just kidding.
You did. You said
anyway.
Nest.
I did. I meant to say Mesh, but anyway.
Okay.
And shit, Aid Carver. Oh, great.
Have you upgraded to dial-up?
Who let BH World in the chat? That's what I want to know.
Well, Tony did say...
I want to know that right now.
You've got mail. You've got mail. Isn't that from the,
And obviously,
90s?
I was...
Hey, that's
sexist.
I was
saying that
that's sexist that they say you've got mail.
What?
Why is... Oh,
no, not...
You've got female.
Not as in referring to penis. We're talking about internet.
Oh my gosh. You're the only one that ever says that word on here, by the way.
So I called. So who cares?
Anyway.
Should I say dick?
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
Welcome to the Aviation
around.
podcast.
Hold on, wait.
We'll let Tony finish. We'll let Tony finish.
I called around to find out what my upgrade options were for internet, and we pretty much have none. It's the same speeds everywhere else. Is because this stupid neighborhood, with all the building they're doing everywhere else, everyone else is getting fiber optic but us.
Yeah.
So
I know. Sorry, brother.
So I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it, and I apologize.
Yeah,
so,
well, I can hear you fine. That's a good thing.
Yeah, the audio's good.
Yeah, for our listeners, yeah, that's great. But yeah, seeing me, I guess that's another story. Of course, then again, maybe I am really blurry in real life. Maybe I am. You never know.
No, I can attest that you are not.
Hey, it's the RampCheck podcast. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. And just make sure you join us live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. or 7:02 if Tony forgets to hit the go live button. 7 p.m. Mountain Time, right here on YouTube. We're also streaming on Rumble. You can catch the live stream also on Facebook and on the Twitters. Speaking of Twitter, did you see that BBC hacked this morning?
The what?
Did you see that Elon just owned that BBC hack this morning?
Oh yeah, Elon told him that was pretty funny. That he was lying right to his face. That's so good.
Perfect. Well,
you can't give me one example.
Just give me an example. Well, I haven't looked at that feed in about 6 months. Well, then why are you saying it's full of hate speech if you haven't looked at it?
Yeah.
So you just lied.
People are saying that shut up. Anyway.
Yeah. So, the guy sounded like Chris Tucker on Rush Hour. He's all
right.
Like, yeah, it was pretty funny. It was pretty good.
Same time, man. I don't know you. Cool. Well, what should we talk about tonight, brothers?
We've got quite a bit to talk about. So we just talk with our. Well, I guess it would, if we talk first about this would be considered our lead story, right?
Sure.
Let's do it.
So what in the hell is going on in Ukraine? I mean, we know what's going on in Ukraine, but do we? Are we being told the truth? Because it was recently revealed that the propaganda that's coming out of Ukraine, it leans heavily towards Ukraine winning the war, and yet the truth kind of leans a little bit more heavily towards the other side. That gets into a lot of crazy stuff, like Ukraine wanting to join NATO, or I should say NATO wanting Ukraine to join.
Mm-hmm.
All the support and all the billions of tax dollars that they've just thrown at Zelensky.
Well, I'm just waiting for Ukraine to announce that they're buying F-35.
Right. Exactly.
F-35.
Exactly. Ukraine's this is how it's gonna work. Ukraine's gonna announce that they're buying the F-35, and then the dipshits in Congress here in the United States are like, "Oh, we need to send another $800 billion aid package to Ukraine." So they're really getting that shit for free if that were to ever happen.
Yeah, you just don't know what to think over there, and we all of us were talking earlier about Ukraine, and Ryan and I we were listening to the Aviation Week podcast, Check 6, and they have a lot of good info on there, but they were talking about how Ukraine is running out of air defense missiles. Their aircraft are limited. They need F-16s or they need Gripens like ASAP, and but the reality is it takes years to train a pilot to fly an F-16 or like a Gripen.
Right. So exactly, they need all the aircraft.
Yeah, so I mean to fly it effectively in combat. Years and years. I mean, our pilots here in the military are the best in the world, and
best of the best.
Best of the best, and
hell yes,
there's no points for second place, so they're the best, and they train, and the military spends millions of dollars a year on the airmen of the U.S. military, and I know a bunch of other countries do that as well, but where the hell was Ukraine years ago after Russia took Crimea? I mean, did they really not think that there was a good chance that Russia was going to try something more. Where was the urgency back then? Hey, we need to stockpile, defensive weapons. We need new fighter jets. We need, so a lot of this to me is just, God, it's just a lot of kind of too late and just kind of bullshit. It's almost like it's all this shit was planned or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I remember saying a few episodes ago, I can't remember when we were talking about it, but it's like, there's the actual truth, but nobody really actually knows what the truth is. Like, is this something like, were there shady things going on in Ukraine and this was Russia's way of being like, all right, you're done doing that? Is the US involved in helping install governments and Russia felt threatened by that? Is Russia just really wanting part of some land back that actual people want to be liberated by Russia?
Trying to liberate, ethnic Russians.
Yeah,
exactly.
But the problem is you can't fucking trust any of our media sources, or at least 90% of them, to give you the truth. They give you what they want you to know and what they want you to believe. And so that's the frustrating thing for me is like, Aaron, you're right. Like, where was the foresight in all this? Like, they had to have known at some point Russia was going to be some sort of threat. So you're just not going to like train your pilots, train your military. Like, you're just acting so unprepared. And it's like, oh, give us all this money, but yet you can't even make a dent, or at least that's what we're told, that you can't even make a dent in what the hell's going on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on.
That's not crazy anymore. So that means you're smart.
Exactly. But it feels like I have to lead with that sometimes. But okay, there's a couple of things. First off, Ukraine is the money laundering capital of the world.
Yeah.
So all that money that's being sent to Ukraine, it gets laundered and cleaned and pressed, and it's all neat and folded, and then it gets sent back to whoever sent it, to the people that are lining their pockets.
Yeah.
The other thing too is there are powers that be. Now, and I'm a little disclaimer here. We support our military, the United States military specifically. I mean, all of the different
allied, I mean,
exactly. But we're about aviation, and part of aviation is military aviation. And so we obviously support our military because they are there and they're supposed to defend our borders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. So I just wanted to say we support our military. Okay, perfect. But there are certain, call them politicians, call them leaders, unelected or not, regardless of what you believe, that they want war because they make a shit ton of money off of war. There's people out there, Bill Gates, saying that the world is overpopulated. You've got frickin' ultimate James Bond villain, Klaus Schwab with the New World Order or the Economic Forum or whatever the fuck it is, with his spewing out his Nazi propaganda. Yeah, I fucking said it. Anyway, and so there's all these different things that these people are just like chomping at the bit for World War III. They want World War III. They keep, look at what happens. Look at what's up with NATO. When NATO was formed, part of it was they were not going to encroach. Part of the treaty with Russia is they would not encroach closer and closer to Russia's border. They're trying to get Ukraine to join NATO now. And I read something, whether it's true or not, that's going to be approved by NATO. So now you've got NATO right on Russia's border. That's the same thing. It's very similar as what Russia did back during the Kennedy administration during the Bay of Pigs. And,
putting missiles in Cuba.
Putting the Cuban Missile Crisis. Excuse me, I misspoke.
Yeah, Bay of Pigs was kind of attached to that, but
how is Russia supposed to react when you've got NATO now knocking on their door, threatening their borders,
Mhm.
threatening their sovereignty, all the NATO countries rattling their sabers. How do you expect Russia to react? How did we react during the Cuban Missile
Yeah, I
Crisis?
mean,
That almost started World
dude,
War III, and
there's,
here we are again.
we know that, Putin is not a saint, but I'm sure he's not stupid either. And
Right.
the thing is, there's so much more what's going on than just what's reported out there. Just,
exactly. That was kind of my point. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what Ryan was saying. And to be honest with you, I'm sure it's a totally different thing than what the mainstream media just wants to just shove down our throats.
Yeah, well, I
And-
haven't trusted the mainstream media in years. So, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I see him report a star in Ukraine, and I'm just like, yeah, that must be exactly what's not happening.
Yep.
Let's talk about a few of our comments here. Wadman said, unprepared and hoping for someone to bail him out. I mean, yeah, that's along the lines of what we were saying. Like, how are they underprepared when it seems like they've had a lot of time? And our government, actually, when they installed the new Ukrainian government back in 2014,
Yeah,
we assisted them in that. And so were we supposed to help them? And
we're the ones that installed the
yeah,
government.
and now we're not helping them. So yeah, Wadman, you might be right. Like maybe they're expecting someone to bail them out, and it's not happening.
well,
Yeah,
it's
I just don't know.
hundreds of billions of dollars so far, so they're doing, they're getting something out of that. But and then Aid Carver, Western nations went into Afghanistan with no real exit strategy, which is why so much got left behind. Ukraine will go the same way, with the war machine being a money-making machine. Yeah. I mean, it's just unfortunate because you have innocent people that are dying. People that don't deserve this. I mean, living in a war zone. I mean, thank God we live in the United States where, we haven't had to deal with something like, well, I guess unless you live in a liberal run city,
Right.
But
right, it's a war zone.
But
Chicago.
I mean, it's terrible, and it's unfortunate that there's so much money to be made with war.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword because sorry, I keep looking over because Utah
what are you looking
Utah
at?
National Guard Apache just flew over.
Okay.
There's a bunch of areas that they fly out by where I live.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I know, but and I totally lost my train of thought where I was going with that. But I mean, basically, it's like everything is so corrupt, and there needs to be a way to make money by just, I don't know, back in the Reagan days where it's like, peace through strength, like that's exactly what we need to do.
Yeah.
But the problem is there are leaders in our country specifically that are weakening our military, that are deliberately that are weakening the reputation of the United States and our strength. And to me, that's what's going on around this world is
right. And let me ask a question.
Go ahead.
How is it okay to sell off our oil reserves to one of our enemies?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
How is that okay?
It's not okay.
I mean, if you're not, if you're out there thinking that these guys are, they're just stupid, no.
Yeah.
No, this is deliberate evil that you guys are witnessing. And look up China's 100-year plan to take over the world. Basically, look at their 16-year plan to take over to weaken the United States.
Yeah. Seriously,
look up the doctrine between China and Russia about taking over the Western world and dividing up the different continents. I think Russia gets Alaska and China gets the lower 48. Yeah, good luck, motherfuckers. But you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So there's just it's anyway. And the thing is we've got friends in the Air Force. We've got friends in different branches of service, friends, family serving, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I am inspired and in awe by the might of our air power. But I don't want to see our friends and family, our sons and daughters, fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, whatever, I don't want them sent over to Ukraine specifically or another conflict
Mm-hmm.
where they're going to shed blood and there's no purpose.
Yeah.
It was just about money.
Yeah.
And it's scary and it's sad, and I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, none of us hope it happens, and just
right.
Stay safe. Our military, God bless you guys, and hopefully we can get through this without having to be involved, and we can go back to an era like the previous 4 years before these 3, where we weren't involved in any conflicts like this, where it just seems totally unnecessary. And people, I don't know how many of you listening, or even now, or if you're going to listen later, if you've looked into like the history about what happened down there in Crimea, and Ukraine's not innocent in all this bullshit, and that's why I'm not 100% sure Russia is 100% at fault for what they're doing. So it would just be nice to not be fucking lied to all the time. So we really don't
know what's really going on.
Yeah.
When there's a unit in the actual Ukrainian military called the Azov battalions, which are actual Nazis.
Oh yeah, they wear the swastikas.
Shouldn't that raise any eyebrows? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that?
Yeah,
You'd think it would.
Yeah.
You'd think it would.
Oh God.
Anyway,
all right.
Let's move on to some other topics that maybe aren't as depressing.
While we're talking about Ukraine, I want to share. Well, this is also depressing, but I want to share one of the worst pictures I've seen in a very long time.
I know, isn't that awful?
Oh man, that makes me so sad.
Isn't that? Oh, it's what an awful picture. Hey, at least the what is that? The number 4 engine. It looks like it's intact.
That would be the number 2 engine.
2, yeah.
But, no, I mean the one that's got the cover.
Oh, that's number 1.
Yeah, that's number 2.
Fuck.
That's number 2.
Oh, that's number 2 because this is 6 engines.
Oh, it's that side of the airplane.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
See? Okay. Yep. That's right.
That's right. That would be this one.
So maybe they can. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe like in the movie. Oh shit. What was it? The
the one where they
with Bruce Willis, where they take the hand, and she's Mila Jovovich is in it, and my God, what's it called?
Flight of the Phoenix?
No, it's the one on Mars, right? No,
it's
I don't know what you're talking about. Then
The Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
So they'll take the engine, and then they can just rebuild the plane around it.
Oh yeah, well they didn't do that. They did that to a body.
Oh shit, that's right. So that's not real. The reason why we're showing this picture
been a
is
while since
former
I've seen
Antonov,
that.
Right? Former Antonov director charged with negligence over the Maria destruction. While the Maria AN-225 is irreplaceable, the company boss who could have saved it is in deep doo-doo as he languishes in a Ukrainian jail cell. So, wow.
And that's coming from Simple Flying, by the way.
Yep, this is from Simple Flying. So he was charged with official negligence leading to the destruction. If you guys recall, the Maria was destroyed in the early hours of Russia's invasion of Ukraine last March. The charges are based on new evidence prepared by the SBU together with investigators from the Ukraine National Police. The new evidence points to former general director of Antonov, Sergei Bichikov, failing to order the aircraft to leave the airport before the attack and not having the AN-225 correctly insured. So he let the insurance expire.
Oh, man. How much do you think that aircraft is worth?
Oh, dude.
It's priceless. It's irreplaceable.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, if you had to put a number on it, what do you think?
Oh, I'd say if there was a new one, it'd probably be $700,000 to $1 billion or something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's
and
so sad to see that.
So there's another incomplete hull in another hangar that apparently, at least from what I know, maybe that's changed. That was not destroyed, but I don't think it can be rebuilt.
Yeah.
Really
well, that was like you said, priceless. Is kind of one of a kind, Like
Yeah.
Cool to be able to see that fly in real life, but
Yep.
another casualty of stupid wars.
Yep, exactly. And just a couple of statements from the SBU directly. During the investigation, it was established that at the beginning of last year, the head of the state-owned enterprise had to organize the timely evacuation of the aircraft from the Gostamal airfield. To ensure the protection of the plane, it had to be transported to the airport in the city of Leipzig in Germany, or any other airport outside of Ukraine,
God,
maybe.
I know.
According to the investigation, on the eve of the full-scale invasion, the AN-225 was in proper technical condition, which allowed it to fly outside the Ukraine. Instead, the general director of the company did not give an appropriate instruction regarding the evacuation of the Maria abroad.
Well,
So,
if that's true, then
anyway.
enjoy your jail cell, because that's really annoying as hell.
I know, right? It's like, damn.
Yep. Definitely.
Whatever.
So BH World chimes in. Uh-oh, the FOD cover's missing. there might be a little more damage than maybe that. So
hey, at least it's on one of them.
Right. Exactly. It is properly. But so early reports, if you remember when the AN-225 was destroyed, people were saying that, oh, well, it was in for like a heavy maintenance check.
Yeah.
But according to that, it wasn't. But is that
real?
Wrong? Is
yeah,
it misinformation?
Exactly. Like, is that even a real freaking picture? So
yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
So if you guys recall, Aaron and I got to see the AN-225 at Gateway Airport in Mesa, Arizona, when it flew in. God, Aaron, what year was
2003. March of 2003.
2003. 20 years ago. 20 years ago last month. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And we have a few pictures that we'd like to share of when we got to see that. Aaron, you share a few first, and then I'll share some as well.
Okay, sure. So let's see here. Let's get...
And while you're looking that up, by the way, go to our YouTube channel at RampCheck Global. If you're not watching this on YouTube, we do have a video of the AN-225 on there. It's departing. Oh, that's one I took.
Yeah, that's 1 year.
Yep.
Nice. Look at that thing.
Yep. Look at that ass. And I'm not talking about Aaron.
Gross.
But check out that video on our YouTube channel, and when you're there, of course, please like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell if you wouldn't mind, please.
So I've got a few photos of it when it was getting ready to taxi out. So now, the interesting thing, these evening sunset shots, I did not add the Ukrainian flag colors to the sky. I was just kind of messing with filters.
I was just going to say that.
And it totally just did that. So that's kind of sick. But you can see there, there's also an old KC-135 E Echo model of the Utah Air National Guard doing touch and goes out at Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport then.
Oh, that was Utang. That was the 151st. That was my old unit.
No. This is Arizona.
No, you said the Utah Air National Guard.
I meant Arizona.
KC-135.
I meant Arizona.
You did.
I meant Arizona.
Okay.
And because this was in Arizona at Phoenix Mesa Gateway, which is the old...
planes do fly in other states, so...
Yeah, but I know this one wasn't, because the Arizona National Guard, they go do touch and goes down there all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, shot. And then there it is taxiing out.
Damn.
That is awesome.
Just impressive aircraft.
I wonder what the wingspan is on that tail section, the empennage, is that what you call that?
Yeah, the rear section. Yeah, definitely. I don't know, but I know there's specs where we could read it, but there's where it lifted off from.
This is one of my favorite pictures. Speaking about the tail section.
Yeah, that's cool.
Look at that thing, man.
Got that.
It's massive.
So notice it's got the Ukrainian color. I mean, it's got the Ukrainian flag on the tail, but it's not in the Ukrainian colors yet.
Oh, that's
No,
right. Yeah.
it's the original colors of when it was, the USSR,
Mhm.
which is it's pretty cool that we got to see it like this. Kind of more original.
Yep. It really is. And I thought there was a picture of me standing in the doorway.
Yeah, there is.
Where is it?
It's on there. You
Is that
uploaded
thing
it.
fuel in the leading edge of the wing area, single point, or is it in the fuselage?
In the fuselage.
Okay.
If I remember, well, shoot, if I remember right, I'm not 100% sure.
C-17s are in the fuselage. I fueled a few of those, but
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So Tony,
Hmm.
so there's that one.
I
Then
know,
there's the one with
fat.
you in the door.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep.
Yep.
nice.
Shit, I was heavy back then.
Yeah, we both were.
Yeah. So I love this picture too, right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just of the, I mean, so they're unloading. It was like a huge generator. Or
It was a electrical transformer for the nuclear power plant down in Arizona.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So here's a couple images of me dumping the lav of Maria. So that was a dream.
Nice.
So when you were dumping the lav, did it smell like cabbage and vodka?
Nice.
Well, thank God the hoses there that I used were really good. So no.
And black bread.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So let's see. I think there's another. Oh yeah, this is another really cool picture. See, that's the inside of Maria when it was basically emptied. It still had a little bit of cargo to take up.
Wow.
I mean, just look how long that thing is.
Size, yeah. Wow.
And I had another photo. You guys talk for a sec. Let me see if I have it. Where I have a photo of the tow bar.
Oh, you know what? I think
I know.
Yeah, where is that?
I know.
I had a photo of it too.
Yeah, it's just freaking massive, dude. It's like the size of a 737. Okay, here it is. I got it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna upload it so that we can look at it. But I mean, it was just so impressive. Okay, here it is. Let's see. That's one angle. Like you can kind of see it down at the bottom, but that's not the one. Where is that damn photo? But
I thought I had more too. Let's see.
Well,
I wonder if all my pics didn't upload.
Let's do this. Let's turn off the captions. Okay, there's a little bit better view. But I mean, this thing just went on and on and on. I mean, you can see how thick it is right here.
Oh, here it is. I think I've got.
You got one?
Yeah, I don't think that uploaded though. Here, let me.
BH World said, "Imagine how quick we could fund the rebuild of the Antonov if the swag store started selling hot spaghetti F-35 design." Seriously, cash.
Oh God, that's hilarious. Okay, here's a better picture of the tow bar right there.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's the tow bar. Good hell, man.
Yep.
Look at that thing.
4 wheels.
Yeah. Look at the people standing inside the cargo hold of the aircraft compared to the, I mean that the wheels on that are like the landing gear of a 737, pretty much. That's funny.
Yeah, that tow bar is it's a little bit bigger than the old scissor tow bar we used to use to tow around the 152s and.
Oh yeah, probably rated for a little more weight too.
Just a little bit more, just a tad. But yeah, really, really sad about the Maria. I'm glad that we got to, to experience that.
It was amazing. Yeah.
If I had a little bit of alcohol, I'd pour one out for my homies. Pour one out for the Maria.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got a new commenter on the podcast. Ty
welcome.
Checks in. Anybody seen the Omega Taker recently?
So not recently, but I've seen photos of it. I haven't seen it in person. Basically, Omega tankers they contract refueling, aerial refueling for militaries around the globe.
Oh yeah.
Well,
so I saw
in BH World in this Thai, they were talking about how they were tracking it, so it was in the air or something like that. But Yeah. So anyway, there it is. Yeah.
And I actually, do you guys remember that trip I took to, was it Victorville? The aircraft boneyard a couple of years ago during COVID, and it was really bizarre. There was one of those Omega tankers. It was a DC-10 tanker that was sitting there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, what?
What I just want to ask Ty, was there something unique about it, or did they change the paint scheme on it or add something to it? Is that kind of why you were elaborating on it? But labbing.
Wait, what?
Labbing.
Anyway, and then Little Hess finally checks in after a while.
What's
Where
up,
the hell
dude?
have you been,
Haven't
dude?
seen you in a while. I know, right?
Yeah, don't you know Wednesdays is RampCheck live stream? Come on, man.
More ramp swag for AN 225. Yeah, I know. We need to do that. I actually have a couple of cool designs that I should.
We had them up at one
Yeah,
point. Didn't
we did, but I cycled through the designs, and it's just how it goes. But
yeah, BH World. A trip to Victorville. Did you lose a bet? No, this was like right in the middle of the pandemic bullshit, and I just remember I didn't have anything to do, so I just decided I'd never been to the boneyard out at Victorville, and I decided to drive out there.
Well, there's not F-35s out there, so BH wouldn't be caught dead out there.
That's right. But that was right after all the 737 Maxes were grounded too. So there was a ton of them on.
I think that was the main reason you went, was to go get a shot of all those, didn't you?
Yeah,
that is actually.
Yeah.
It was right after they got parked, and there were a ton of Southwest ones, mostly Southwest.
Yeah.
I don't remember what some of the other airlines out there were. What are you laughing at?
Oh, BH World's just texting me on my phone.
Oh,
he's just like, you guys regret
double duty.
He's like, you guys regret me finding how to live chat now.
Right. No. Anyway,
Abe Carver says. He says, where'd it go? The comment. There. It's right. There it is. Did it come on?
Who's
there it is. There
comment?
it is. He went to Victorville to get a shot of the restored F4. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's always good to see an
went
F4
in 2020. Exactly. So Ty. Actually, Frank Martinez.
Nice.
The Omega flew out of March Air Force Base. Which tanker was it? The DC-10 or? Because I'm seeing images of a 707, a DC-10.
The one that I know of off the top of my head is the white 707 with the Omega logo on the tail.
Right,
and
the one that I saw at Victorville was the white DC-10.
Now I know that there's a former, I think it's an ex-Singapore Airlines, not Singapore Airlines, but Singapore military KC-135R that a private tanker company owns now, and it has a badass, really cool looking paint job. But I don't know if Omega operates that or not. I don't know. Maybe Frank or Ty can fill us in on that. If they know exactly which tanker was flying out of March today, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool to. That'd definitely be cool to find out. So.
All right, cool. All right, so next story. What do you guys want to talk about? We got.
By the way, I wanted to share this really quick. 1 second.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, just. Oh wait, I have to.
What it? Oh, the.
Unshare. Yeah, I was just going to show a picture of the Omega tanker, just in case anybody wanted to see.
Frank Martinez. This is the older one.
It's the older one.
So, just anyway, there's a shot of the Omega tanker, the KC-10.
Nice,
that's sweet,
good looking.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway,
cool.
Aaron, you got one for us?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so
I do.
So I'm gonna put up a little meme right here. It's coming from G Fontana 767. The Magician X actually posted this on his story, and Fontana reposted it. But so Dice Air Force Base supposedly has a no long lens camera policy coming up with their air show. So this meme is pretty funny. Dice Air Force Base, no long lens cameras. The entire aviation photography community. What did you say? I don't know how to do that voice, but anyway,
cheeks.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, okay. So the interesting thing is, so this air show looks awesome. It's a Dice Big Country Airfest 2023. April 22nd, 2023, Dice Air Force Base.
Okay. In Texas?
It is.
Okay.
It's in Texas, so looks like a great show. Obviously, Bones are stationed there, which is the most awesome part about Dice, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And, but a lot of photographers, so if you look in this section right here, what to bring and what not to bring. So if you click on that, obviously, you've got a whole list of weapons, coolers, ammunition, or any form of explosives. It's a non-smoking air show, includes e-cigs, vape pens. So if you keep going down, at the very bottom, they just kind of threw in here, long lens cameras. So it's like, what the fuck?
Well,
right, exactly.
Seriously?
I don't get this one.
Yeah, I don't get this one either. And I've actually seen this for other shows that, we weren't going to go to. And I just remember reading how stupid. And what comes to mind, and anybody, can chime in on this, but AVGEEKs, aviation photographers, aviation reporters, we're just as much of military recruiters as an air show would be.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And to limit their ability, especially these aviation photographers, we live and breathe photograph. We love photographing the action. And if you're going to limit us to not being able to bring a long lens, and they don't really define what long lens is, but it's like, come on.
Right.
We all kind of know what that means. They're basically trying to discourage photography. Now, I don't buy the whole bullshit of, well, it's probably for security and it's probably no. Shut up. You can go off base and photograph with a long lens. Just as easy as you could if you went to the air show and photographed. So this isn't about that. This is, I don't know. I fear it's just more of this woke military bullshit of, weakening the military, because I'm telling you, like I just said, if you really cut into the spirit of AVGEEKs and people that enjoy aviation, and especially military aviation, we're just as important to military recruiting as any air show would be, or any recruitment center would be. And
it's similar to what we ran into at Aviation Nation. Speaking of Aviation Nation, Aid Carver, he remembers going in 2016, and they tried bringing in a no long lens policy as well. A lot of AVGEEKs kicked off about it. So last year, we tried to get credentials to Aviation Nation 2022. To get press credentials, because we had done it before. They had a media day, and they allowed us to. We had a special parking place through the public affairs office.
Well, a lot of media did. This isn't just
that's
us.
what I'm saying. Yeah, just I should have said that. A lot of media, and then when I called them, they said, "Oh no, we're only allowing the local TV stations." And we're not even going to have a media day. And I asked him why. Oh, well, it's just a change in policy and blah, blah, blah. But it goes back to, it's so we're a small social media enterprise or channel, whatever you want to call it. We have We have so many followers on YouTube. We have our largest following is, of course, on Instagram. But we have a respectable number of followers on Instagram. But then there are other, podcasts, there are other AVGEEKs, and there are other aviation photographers that have these decent followings on Instagram and other social media outlets. And it's all of us little guys that make up the majority of the promotions you get. Everybody, they retweet, they tag different Air Force bases, we tag different units. And if you're just going to the local TV stations, where's the global reach? In that we've got followers all around the world.
It's because they have more control, if they do that.
Well, here's I'm gonna chalk it up to this. This unfortunate trend in our military, they're not really being inclusive enough. So, you need to allow long lenses because you're not being inclusive if you don't include long lenses.
That's true. But dude, we laugh about it, but that's the exact logic they use for everything else. No, it's the exact logic. Like it is.
And they don't want people who don't have long lenses to have lens
That's
envy.
right.
That's true.
Or people that don't.
Goes back to the penis,
or
brothers.
people that don't have lenses at all.
Well, what about that? Well,
what about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
What about the no lenses crowd? Like, it's just it makes me so angry that it does just seem like the trend is like to get us disinterested, and it's just bullshit. Is what it is.
Let's do everything.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. It is. Where the hell's Oliver when we need him?
Yeah, see, that's why I put my hand up.
This is
bullshit. Yeah, that's what you need to put one of those stickers or one of those memes on one of these stories, because it is. It's just like, come on, like, are they worried you're gonna take some photo and sell the secrets to something? It's like they wouldn't be putting it in a fucking air show if they were worried about something like that, in my opinion. But I don't know. It's just stupid. I hate, just like in things in general in life, I hate the fun police. I hate when they do shit like this to just make it not fun for people. It's just so annoying. It's like, leave it alone.
It is. But it's crazy. So hopefully they will hear, hopefully Dias Air Force Base will hear the RampCheck podcast and everybody else's plea for them being completely idiotic in that. So do you have something for us, Aaron, before we move on to the next story?
I was just kind of going down the path that Ryan had just mentioned.
Yeah. We got to show it. Why not?
We got to show it. Here we go. Just
what?
That's right. That's right. All about
me too, because he doesn't know whether to laugh or cry.
Oh, dude. And what a great video.
Anyway. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to our next story. Will climate change make turbulence? Yeah, fuck that.
Dude, why are we even going to talk about that?
Oh my God, I know. Seriously.
Next. Will climate change make you snore more? Will climate change... Yeah, I'm not even going to go there.
Anyway.
What about that? Do we have that story up? And I'm only asking because for some reason my emails weren't loading. Okay, can we talk about the weird incident on that flight where like 5 flight attendants and a pilot all became very ill or something like that?
Yes, that's one thing that I wanted to talk about today, and I completely forgot. So thanks for bringing it up. Yes, go for it, brother.
This is bullshit. There you go. Yeah.
Fill in the blank.
Right?
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't have the story. I thought maybe that was in our email, but do one of you guys have that pulled up, or you want me to look it up real fast?
I read about it, and there were a few things that stuck out. First off, you look at, because it was a Twitter post that I believe you sent to us.
Yeah, it was.
And you're looking at the comments, and all 5 flight attendants. Well, that's, blah blah blah. It's this, it's that. So you read the story, and what it appears happened is it sounds like there were some kind of fumes that were either from the engines or maybe the APU.
Mhm.
That got into the ventilation system, because it wasn't just the flight attendants that were incapacitated. Multiple passengers became ill. They got dizzy,
Were
headaches.
they starting to lay eggs out of their mouths?
Yeah. Did they eat the fish or the chicken? Right.
Right.
You remember that on an airplane?
Yeah.
Because she had the chicken.
Yeah.
She kept spitting eggs out of her mouth.
That was bad. That was
so
funny.
basically the headline was probably a little misleading. They made it sound like it was just a crew thing, but
so those of you who watch us, and you brothers, you know this as well. We're what would I say? We have our opinions. We have very strong opinions about the shit show that was the last 3 years that we all just lived through.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the masks, whether it's the social distancing. That's when I knew it was bullshit, when hashtag social distancing appeared on social media. But anyway, getting back to it, or the vaccine. Okay, so there were exactly. You're exactly right, Aid.
That's right. That's a lot of knowledge drop right there from Mr. 25-year-old with 27 years experience.
Absolutely. But the thing is so we're awake to all this that's going on, and so when we read stories, we kind of read them, with a grain of salt, or whatever the term is.
Mm-hmm.
But what annoys me about some people that are kind of part of the, I don't even know what you would call it. I mean, the mainstream media labels them as the conspiracy theorist movement or whatever.
Yeah, anything that goes against their guided narrative.
Right. Anything that goes against their narrative.
Yeah.
Oh, they must be QAnon. Anyway. Yeah. But the thing that I don't like is when people see a headline and you look through the comments and, oh, yeah, it was this. Oh, it was that. Oh, see, it was the vaccine. Just read the damn story and then make an educated remark. Mm-hmm. Because if you want to look like a dipshit, then don't read the story and just put some knee-jerk comment. Also, by the way, I saw a video as well, just kind of related to this. And the whole, will climate change make turbulence? And I think this is kind of associated, but you remember the passenger that was killed because of turbulence in Little Rock.
Well, now it's because of climate change. Okay.
Well, but the thing is they were trying to push that, and it wasn't the turbulence. If you read the story, there was a stab trim failure problem with the aircraft, and it caused it to pitch up and down violently.
Damn.
And it wasn't the turbulence.
So, a corporate jet.
What's that?
Was that a corporate jet?
Challenger, I believe.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's
probably somebody, going against the deep state, and so they had to get rid of her.
That's right.
Well, dude, you know that she used to work for the Clintons, right? This lady that was killed.
Well, there you go.
The one passenger, the one person on the plane that was just injured or killed or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody else was fine.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Oh no, but it was turbulence and
broke her neck.
And then the FAA releases its report, and oh no, it was a stab trim problem. And it's like, oh yeah, we don't like this person in the back. Let's see what this button does.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, but it's funny that this story comes out. Will climate change make turbulence more severe? And then it says here, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I don't want to read it. No,
but it leads off with saying, the increased number of injuries and fatalities and blah blah blah.
Well, it's funny because the narrative was global warming, and then since that wasn't happening, now they've changed it to climate change.
Yeah, because that'll cover everything.
Because then that covers everything. It could cool. It could be
it's
warm.
Raining
it could
today.
Be hot.
All the climate changed. Well, it changed. It went from sunny to raining. I guess we're having a crisis.
Yeah.
Jesus, I hate this shit, man. It's like the people that
Oh.
just fall for it. I feel bad
climate
for you.
change- The climate change, Scientology religion or whatever. So
Yeah.
So Ed Carver says a Denzel
Yeah.
Washington interview saw his views on the media hit the nail on the head. We'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't seen that.
I'd love to check that out. Also, Lil Hess says, how you guys feeling about Boeing's status? In February, Air India ordered 200 airplanes. Last month, Saudi Airlines, 49 Dreamliners. Is Boeing getting out of the hole the MAX 8 crisis caused? Good question. I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think they're
I think
bouncing
it
back.
was. I mean, obviously, it was sad that there was loss of life in two separate incidents. Of course, that's awful. But when you look at the big picture, I think just even with any major aviation company or builder or developer, whatever you want to call them, speed bump, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
and the thing is Boeing, in our opinion, and we've covered this on past podcast
Mhm.
episodes, but Boeing was half at fault for those accidents. I mean, the crews
Yeah.
in those airlines weren't prepared for any type of anomalies, and
Right.
that definitely had a factor to do with those. So I would
The training,
yeah,
was a
yeah, the
huge,
training.
huge
I'd
factor.
say Boeing,
or lack thereof.
yeah, they're in a good spot. They started delivering Dreamliners again. The Dreamliners keep kind of hitting roadblocks here and there with
Mhm.
regulatory paperwork and certain
Right.
parts not fitting right that they've had to fix, but they started delivering Dreamliners again.
brother.
That was loud.
Sorry.
That was very
But
loud.
anyway, they're delivering Max aircraft like crazy. They're still working on the
Mhm.
certification on the Max 7 and the Max 10, which would probably be sometime in 2024.
Mhm.
The 777X program is still ongoing. They're looking at deliveries
Right.
like second to third quarter of 2025 now. They launched the 777X freighter.
Yeah.
Saudi
Well,
it's I mean,
I was
Go
just
ahead.
gonna say, and when you look at Boeing's like history, like the incidents are far, far less than not. Meaning, like they have a good history with the safety of their aircraft. So I think they were established enough.
So does Airbus.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
and they were established enough to survive something like that, even though it sucks how it had to happen. I think it is good to see him bounce back, especially being in the United States.
I'm
company.
sure there was more attention brought to these two because of the day and age of social media.
Oh yeah,
those type of things. Because there's other airframes in the past from all manufacturers that have had issues and
Right.
Yep.
major accidents.
Well, and the way the mainstream media reacted, they had a field day. I mean, it was like they were on a witch hunt for Boeing there for a little while.
Yeah.
You don't know what their agenda was.
Yep.
And so, but and like you said, I mean, these kind of things, hopefully not accidents, but things are going to present themselves when you introduce a brand new aircraft. Even though the MAX is based on the 737 airframe, still it's a completely re-engineered brand new aircraft.
Mhm.
With the way the engines are, the CG is a lot different. And anyway, there's just there's just a lot of different nuances that go into it, and I think Boeing's going to be just fine.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
Yeah, I think so too.
absolutely. I think one of the coolest headlines ever, though, would be if I were to get an email or an alert and it said, Boeing announces 747 production line reopening. That'll never happen.
Yeah, but then you couldn't bring a long lens to shoot it if it came out. So.
No, that's only if it's on
that's
an
only a dice.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought it was everywhere. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding.
A mighty long lens you got there, feller.
Feller. Nice.
There was this guy when I worked at SkyWest in dispatch. we were right next to maintenance control and crew scheduling. Just they kept us in the same room, obviously, so we could coordinate amongst each other when things went bad.
Mhm.
And there was this one guy, and I won't say his name, but he was the funniest, nicest guy. But whenever something would happen with one of the airplanes like that I was responsible for, he'd walk over to me and he'd be like, "Well, 702's down on maintenance, feller." He always had to say feller.
Did he
I don't
drive?
know why.
Did he drive his tractor to work?
I'm with you,
Yeah,
fellers.
he wore coveralls.
Coveralls
every
with a
now and
little piece of wheat in his
Super-
mouth.
super nice guy, but man, he was funny.
Yeah, that is good.
I'm with
That's
you,
funny.
fellers. Nice.
I'm with you, fellers. That's awesome. One more quick story that I would like to share.
What you
this
got?
is kind of a funny one. So, South African pilot praised for safely landing plane with Cobra in the cockpit.
Oh
Jesus.
my god.
The pilot said he did not want the passengers on board to panic. So I'm thinking that like this is
A cobra?
he's
Holy
a
shit,
freaking
dude.
cobra.
We talked
Yeah.
one time on the podcast about pilots finding like those big spiders in the desert and a fucking cobra. Oh my god, dude.
So I think I could probably land the plane with a cobra in the cockpit, but if there was a big spider in the cockpit, no, we'd be going
Dude.
down. I just couldn't do it.
I don't think I could do
Authorities
either.
in South, right? Oh my god. Authorities in South Africa are applauding a pilot's ability and courage to maintain an undoubtedly scary in-flight situation. This is coming from Simple Flying, by the way.
Oh yeah.
The pilot, 30-year-old Rudolph Erasmus, safely landed an aircraft after discovering a venomous snake that was a stowaway on board.
Oh my god. You
know,
imagine?
He was
That it's actually not unheard of. I worked the ramp, as I've mentioned, for like almost 20 years, and here in Salt Lake, and there had been times aircraft would come in and I was marshaling them and I could see something dangling from where the landing gear housing the landing gear goes.
Oh god.
You gotta be kidding me.
And it was a snake, and what happened was it coils itself around and it takes off and lands. Well, the snake head beats against the fuselage and kills it. But when I told the pilot about it, he's like, that happens all the time. Like in a lot of these desert climates, these small airports, snakes will crawl up in the wheel wells when the aircraft came down from altitude to stay cool. And they get, but so I wonder if a similar thing happened here and the snake found its way like in, or it was in a bag or something.
Did somebody miss the snake on the walk around?
Yeah, right.
On the pre-flight check. So I want to continue reading this story. This part is just so he was flying with 4 passengers from South Africa. He was unaware of the snake until he reportedly felt something cold underneath his shirt near his hip.
Oh my god.
Dude, the plane would have done a barrel roll.
I was just going to say that plane would have barrel rolled. It would have done a hammerhead stall, and it would have gone straight into the ground.
Wow.
Erasmus, along with his colleagues, were flying on a multi-leg trip, according to, Before departure, the pilot said he recalled hearing people at the airport say they saw a Cape Cobra seeking refuge underneath the aircraft's wing. Erasmus also said he heard people wondering that the animal may have crawled into the Beechcraft Baron's engine cowling.
Wow.
In response, they searched the plane but couldn't find anything, leading them to assume that the snake had ventured off. Okay, this is a king cobra. I'm not assuming anything in this situation. And they assumed it ventured out of the aircraft back into the wild, but that was obviously not the case, as it was hiding and emerging in flight. At first, I thought my water bottle was leaking, and then I turned to my left and looked down. I saw the head of the snake receding back underneath my seat. I had a moment of stunned silence. It was more as if my brain did not register what is going to be truly honest. At that point as well, I probably would have felt my seat getting warm and wet.
Jesus,
Well,
dude,
you know, this reminds me of that F-16 crash in Afghanistan years ago.
The camel spider
Yeah,
story.
the
Yeah.
camel
Yeah.
spider story. Because
Ugh.
I'm telling you what, man, I find a camel spider, a snake like that, or something. I don't know if I
Obviously,
could keep
that
my
F-
composure.
obviously that F-16 pilot came from the same fold that we did, because that's exactly what would happen to me.
Oh, poor
Yeah.
guy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
man.
just awful. Anyway, he kept quiet for a couple of minutes, didn't want the passengers to panic, and then he informed them there was a snake under his seat in the cockpit and he needed to land the plane as soon as possible. After informing air traffic controllers of the situation and asking for permission, he landed safely at an airport in Welcome. All 5 people exited the aircraft unharmed, and the snake was found coiled up under the pilot's seat.
Dude, how did he get out, dude? Yeah, that would be terrifying. Kudos to this guy, man. He's got ice in his veins.
Yeah, no shit.
And his balls are the size of never mind. But anyway, yeah, that's just crazy. But and here's Lil Hess checking in again, saying, I don't know about you, but I'm getting real camel spider story vibes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wadman,
Wadman said
LOL,
that too.
definitely the camel spider story. Oliver Hinton saying hello. Hey man, what's up? Bees in the cargo bins. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
I remember when I was working at SkyWest, we had an RJ that was down for a couple of days because they found a beehive inside. It was either, I think it was in the cargo bay or the cargo bin in the back.
Reminds me of Tommy
yeah.
Boy.
So,
Bees everywhere.
Hey, check it out. It's Hank. Check. Oh, wait. Hold on one sec.
oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one.
Yeah. Get BH
Sorry,
World off there.
Dude.
He's had enough screen time tonight. Just kidding. Good seeing you guys. Well, hey, Hank. How's it going, man? Hank is, he lives up here. He lives up by Hill Air Force Base. He's actually a civilian contractor. He works on Vipers.
Nice.
And if
Nice.
it's fellow
Speaking of snakes.
AvGeek photographer, it's good to see him join on. I was wondering if I was going to, see you or any of the other people from our little AvGeek chat we got going on. But let's see here. Yeah, thanks for joining on, Hank. Oh, let's see. Did we go through all these comments?
The other ones, yeah. So
Yeah.
now it's Cobra in the cockpit. Snakes on a plane, Cobras in the cockpit.
That's right. It's the
Kind of
next
has a
movie.
kind of a reggae song vibe to it.
Cobra.
We're getting Samuel L. Jackson to star in that movie. Motherfuckers! It's the Cobra, motherfucker!
Actually, it should be Cobra in the flight deck. Remember, because cockpit is
that's right.
It's
That's not all inclusive.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So just,
Put a note out on that.
Right.
Hank says I'm at work, and he says civil service F-35s.
F-35s. Well, all right. I didn't know that. It's been a while since we've talked, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes.
right on. Well, thanks for watching.
That
cool.
that is freaking awesome. But that's pretty much all I've got as far as the news stories go tonight. But hey, don't forget the RampCheck podcast is live every Wednesday night. You can catch us live on YouTube, on Rumble, Twitter, and Facebook. Of course, you can interact with us, send us a question or a comment. BH World, never mind.
What?
Just kidding, dude.
What did he?
I'm glad BH World was able to join us this evening on the live chat. That's great. You figured it out, dude. We love you, man. But every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And once again, if you're watching on one of the other platforms, just come on over to YouTube. It'll just take a minute. Check out our excellent content on our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of great shorts. We've got a brand new video up that Aaron put together from our Red Flag 23
Awesome video.
experience.
Yep.
Another great video.
Good job, Aaron.
We've got a lot of awesome YouTube shorts. We were talking about the AN225 earlier. We've got some video of that on the channel as well. While you're there, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and of course, share it with your family. Damn it.
Yeah. Well said.
Awesome.
And then after you've done that, then just hop along over to the Ramp Swag store.
That's
Yeah.
right. Speaking of the Ramp Swag store,
Speaking of that, here I want to let's see if I can find it while you're saying that.
yeah. So anyway, here's just a bunch of hats, t-shirts we've got available, some cool remove before flight stuff. Yeah, unique stuff. We design all of our own ramp swag. So if you have a favorite aircraft, even if you have requests, just send us a DM through Instagram or shoot us an email. You can contact us through pretty much any of our social media platforms. But so one cool. Go ahead, Tony.
Oh no, I was just going to say really quick. It is warming up out there, so get yourself some Ramp Swag swimwear. Ramp Swag bikini. We've got a. I thought you were going to scroll back to it.
Well,
but anyway,
here's the thing.
Go ahead, brother.
I've got some new stuff coming up,
dude.
Hey, there we go. Hey, that's just like my hoodie. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got the F-35 Splinter bikini.
Yeah, we do. And
cool.
For the men, look at that.
Nice.
Dude, yes. Okay, I'm going to get a pair.
Dude, I'm probably going to have to get me a pair too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, check that
Absolutely.
out. So these aren't live on the website yet, but they will be soon.
Sweet.
Okay.
So anyway, but yeah, they look great. There's some other designs that I'm putting on there too. But yeah, these look awesome. So I can't wait to launch these. But anyway, yeah, just go to the Ramp Swag store because yes, it is warm, and it was like 72 here in northern Utah today, which has been really good.
91.
Well, but see, up in northern Utah, we've been dealing with all this freaking winter that's been going on and on. I mean, some of the resorts here, ski resorts, have gotten like over 75 feet of snow this winter, which is just records. Which is just crazy. So anyway,
awesome.
Yep.
But
that is absolutely
and
nuts.
that this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a new segment. That's going to be a new segment on the podcast.
You know, you're right.
And that was This is Bullshit. And now it's time for another episode of This is Bullshit.
Yes, I like it.
Anyway, Aid Carver just said, "Hey, there we go, a new Netflix show, Cobra Fly."
Nice.
I like it. And then Lil Hess, if you haven't gotten something yet from the Ramp Swag store, I strongly encourage that you do. We appreciate that. BH World. Oh God. Oh, okay. Some of us have been asking about swimwear for a while. So
yeah, quit bugging me about making you an F-35 thong because it's not happening.
He's probably already got one.
Oh God, that's too funny. Anyway, www.rampcheckglobal.com. That'll take you right there to the Ramp Swag store. That'll also get you to all the different platforms that the podcast audio version is available. And of course, that would be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Audible. We are also on Pandora. So you can check us out there, the RampCheck podcast. And, when you find us somewhere, just like, subscribe, and share. That's all we ask.
Good job,
all right.
brother.
Good episode, brothers. Lots to talk about.
A good episode.
Love all the interaction. It was good to see Hank chiming in finally. BH World finally figured out how to type. Little Hess, Aid Carver. I'm sure I'm missing some. Matt Wadman, Oliver Hinton.
Everybody.
We had Ty.
Thank you.
Ty checked in for the first time.
Right,
Frank. What was it? Martinez.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But
Frank
anyway, Aircraft Images. Awesome. Thank you. We really appreciate you watching. Don't forget about our Rumble channel, because we're trying to grow there as well.
Yep.
Rumble may be the last place on social media without censoring content, and
Right.
we know some other much larger personalities that have gone pretty much exclusively to Rumble. And it's because of censorship on other platforms like YouTube and
Yep.
and so forth. So
Right.
anyway, yeah, please don't forget about our Rumble. Go ahead and like us over there and follow us. We'd love to have you over there as well.
Nice.
Excellent.
So yeah.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up, fellers.
All right. You want
Fellers.
to give our send off? Well, I'll give the send off, but you're who?
Yeah. Oh, so I'll 1 second here. Hank's just checking. He says he got a link to Rumble.
Nice.
Perfect.
So
Yeah, we like that.
Look.
We like
hey,
Rumble.
hey, it's
Matt
it's
the
Matt the
man.
man.
Coming
He
in.
was our silent viewer tonight.
Bringing in the
Yeah.
rear. Yeah, bringing in the rear.
All right, everybody. That wraps up another edition of the RampCheck podcast. Once again, thank you again for watching. Check us out on audio, anywhere you can get your podcasts. And of course, like, subscribe, and share. I'm Tony.
I'm Aaron.
And God bless these United States of America. I'm Ryan. Good day.